The first shot was not a warning. It was a cleansing fire that tore through steel and stone, reducing the colony of Halcyon's reach to cinders. The alien fleet, the Valeth Dominion, descended upon the human settlement with the same casual arrogance one might use to stamp on an anthill. Plasma torpedoes painted the skies in streaks of violet, vaporizing orbital platforms before their alarms could even finish sounding. On the ground, families huddled together as shadows of alien dropships eclipsed the sun. "Extinguish the embers," the Valeth commander ordered, his voice smooth and clinical. "This colony was seated in violation of Dominion decree. Let it be known, humanity may expand only where we allow. They are children who must be reminded of their place." And so they burned it. Halcyon's reach was not a fortress world. It was farmland, universities, homes. Its defenders were customs patrol craft and militia fighters. They fought, yes, humans always did. But the battle was not a battle. It was execution. By the time the Dominion fleet left orbit, the colony was gone. Craters smoldered where cities once stood. The surviving population, those who hadn't been atomized, were dragged in chains onto the alien flagships, destined for slavery, experimentation, or spectacle. To the Valeth, this was not war. It was message triumph in their halls, in the vaulted halls of their capital world. The Valeth celebrated. The Dominion's leaders feasted, their crystalline armor glimmering under banners stitched with conquered sigils. They replayed the footage of Halcyon's reach on vast holoscreens. Amusement found in human screams, in the hopeless defiance of ships that cracked like glass against Dominion shields. "They bend too easily," one noble scoffed. "A colony gone, and Earth does nothing. Humans are soft," another sneered. "They cling to diplomacy, to trade pacts and peace accords. Their Terran Council will wring its hands, petition the League, and write empty protests. By the time their envoys finish speaking, we will already have erased 2 more of their settlements." The chamber erupted in cruel laughter. For them, it was proof of superiority. To dominate so effortlessly meant humans were prey, and prey does not bite the predator. Whispers spread among lesser empires too. Perhaps the humans are not the warriors we feared. Perhaps their expansion has always relied on luck or borrowed strength. Perhaps they will do nothing at all. The galaxy watched, the Valeth boasted, and humanity remained silent. The silence before the storm weeks passed. The Dominion expected retribution, of course. They had seen other species lash out. A token strike here, a raid there, desperate gestures to reclaim lost honor. But humans did nothing. No fleets surged from Sol. No assassins stalked their admirals. No retaliatory bombings shattered their outposts. Humanity's voice was absent from the galactic stage. Their envoys withdrew, their channels quieted, their diplomats stopped attending League sessions. The galaxy chuckled at the cowardice. "They mourn too long," said a Dominion strategist. "Grief paralyzes them." "They will bend," said another. "They will negotiate concessions for peace. The humans are pragmatic creatures. They will not risk annihilation." But in that silence, something else was happening. The trade routes noticed first. The Terran merchant fleets vanished. Cargo vessels changed course and disappeared into shadowed lanes. Merchant stations once bustling with Terran goods went dark. Then came the whispers. Shipyards in Sol working without pause. Factories conscripted into round-the-clock production. The orbital foundries of Titan were sealed, their outputs classified. Entire asteroid belts were swallowed by automated harvesters. Human colonies far from the Dominion frontier began recalling citizens. Border settlements shut down without explanation. Entire populations were relocating toward Sol. The galaxy laughed again, smug in its misinterpretation. "See? They retreat. They scatter. They fear us so greatly they collapse inward to hide under Earth's skirts." They did not understand. Humanity was not retreating. They were gathering. The first laughter it began with a broadcast, a single transmission, pirated across Dominion space, hijacking holofeeds mid-broadcast. The image was crude at first. Static, distortion, the shadow of a face behind shifting interference. And then it resolved. A human. A soldier in blackened armor, helmet under his arm, his face lit not by grief or fury, but by something colder. He was smiling. "I bring you greetings from Earth," he said, his voice steady, deliberate. "We've heard your laughter. We've seen your celebrations. You thought our silence was weakness. That we would bow," he chuckled. A dry, humorless sound. "You made one mistake. You mistook patience for surrender. You mistook civilization for cowardice. And you mistook mercy for absence." The soldier leaned closer, his eyes like voids. "We don't beg for justice. We create it. And we want you to know, When we come for you, when your fleets shatter, when your cities burn, remember this." The soldier smiled wider. "It will not be our weapons that undo you. It will be our laughter. Because when humanity laughs, it is never in joy. It is in judgment." The transmission ended, and across Dominion space, fear began to whisper. The Black Armada, then they came. Not scouts, not raiders, not fleets of equal measure, but an armada, a tide of steel so vast that Dominion astronomers at first mistook it for a celestial phenomenon. Ships emerged from slipspace not by the dozen, nor the 100, but by the 1,000. They bore no banners, no flamboyant declarations, only the stark emblem of Earth, a simple circle, fractured, reforged, the Black Armada. Every vessel bore scars, pitted armor from forgotten wars, repurposed hulls from ancient conflicts, new dreadnoughts with edges sharp as guillotines. The Dominion's frontier fleet scrambled to intercept, confident in their numbers, their superiority. They lasted 12 minutes. The first salvo from human dreadnoughts tore through Dominion lines like paper. Dominion capital ships, once thought invincible, were ripped apart by weapons no one had seen before. Coiled singularity cannons, kinetic slugs accelerated to fractions of light speed, waves of drones that swarmed like metallic locusts, and through every open comm channel, the humans broadcast one thing: laughter, not joyous, not mocking, but relentless, cold, a chorus of human voices recorded from soldiers, workers, even children. The sound of a species that had been underestimated one time too many. The Dominion fought, yes. They unleashed fleets that had broken countless empires before. But against the Black Armada, it was as though they were fighting a storm with spears. For every human ship destroyed, 10 more appeared. For every Dominion fleet deployed, 3 sectors fell silent. And always, the laughter followed. Judgment without mercy. The war was not a war. It was execution. The Dominion's fortress worlds were cracked open, their planetary shields shredded under coordinated human firestorms. Orbital bombardments rained molten metal across cities, turning palaces into rivers of slag. On the ground, human soldiers landed like black comets, their drop pods slamming into streets with seismic fury. Armored infantry emerged, weapons whispering death, eyes glowing behind visors. They moved without hesitation, without cruelty, without pause. They did not torture, they did not gloat. They exterminated with mechanical precision. Entire Dominion populations vanished. Those who surrendered were marched into silence. Those who resisted were buried under ash. The galaxy watched in horror as the proud Valeth Dominion, which had stood for millennia, collapsed in weeks. Worlds burned so brightly they could be seen from neighboring systems. Refugees scattered into the void, carrying stories of the humans' wrath. They laughed, the refugees whispered. Their fleets destroyed us while they laughed. Their soldiers killed us while they laughed. They promised vengeance, and it was laughter that carried it. The Fallen Throne. The Dominion capital was the last to fall. Its skies darkened as the Black Armada eclipsed its twin suns, blotting out daylight with endless steel. Human dreadnoughts formed a ring around the planet, their weapons aligned not at fleets, but at the cities themselves. The Dominion Council begged. Envoys were sent, their voices cracking, their arrogance finally shattered. They offered reparations, treaties, concessions. The human reply was simple: no. And then came the laughter, filling every Dominion comm, every broadcast, every speaker in the palace halls. A sound that was neither joyous nor cruel, but final. The bombardment began. Continents cracked. Oceans boiled. Towers taller than mountains fell like sandcastles under waves of kinetic fire. The Dominion throne world burned, and with it, the Valeth Dominion ceased to exist. The empire that had mocked humanity, that had laughed at their weakness, was gone. Whispers in the ash when it ended. There was silence. The Black Armada did not linger. They did not occupy nor enslave. They came, they destroyed, and they left. Human fleets withdrew into the dark, carrying their silence with them. What remained of the Dominion was rubble and whispers. Survivors huddled in shattered stations, on nameless moons, recounting the horror. And the galaxy listened. "Do not provoke Earth," they whispered. "Do not test their patience. They are builders, traders, diplomats. They will give you peace if you allow it. But if you harm them, if you mock them, if you take what is theirs..." The survivors shuddered, remembering fire raining from the skies, remembering laughter echoing across the void. They will not simply kill you. They will erase you. And they will do it with joyless, endless laughter. And so the galaxy learned a truth carved into ash and silence. Humanity's patience is vast, but their vengeance is infinite.